Mr. Bessie, don't you say no prayers for me. A slow boat's gonna lead me where I'm bound. I'm far to travel.
Hello guys, my name's Jamie and I'm the CEO of VeriArti. I just finished a 40-minute interview with another Jamie, Jamie Thomson, who is the award-winning author of The Way of the Tiger, which was like a ninja game series back in the 1980s. He's bringing it to blockchain as a card collectible game, and he's bringing it to VeChain. We did intend to do a 5-minute quick bullet question answer, but it turned into a 40-minute discussion about everything from gaming to blockchain and so on. So instead of editing it down, I'm just going to put the questions and text on the screen so we can see his answers, because it's probably him you want to hear talking and not me.
Yes, there is. Greetings, puny humans. It is I, the other Jamie.
So I am an author and game developer, and over the years I've done a whole bunch of computer games and choose your own adventure game books, one of which was Way of the Tiger. Here's one of the books here. And they were sort of pretty successful back in the 80s, and we've relaunched them, and there's generally a game book revival. And then I spent many years also working in computer games. Okay, so The Way of the Tiger is essentially ninjas in Middle-earth. So we had me and my old writing partner, Mark Smith, also known as Min Smith, he had this Dungeons & Dragons world that we all campaigned in, playing role-playing games for over the years. And the thing that we changed about this very rich and deeply drawn world was to add, back in the 80s, ninjas were new and Kung Fu was kind of new. So we've sort of matched them together. And the interesting thing about, so you play a ninja character fighting goblins and sorcerers and dragons and things. And that gave it a whole different edge that made it stand out to the crowd back then. One of the things I don't really understand is the blockchain technology. But on the other hand, what I do understand is CCG games, having played possibly 1,000 hours of various games, from the Elder Scrolls to Hex, Shards of Faith to Hearthstone. So I've tried them all. And the interesting thing about matching Way of the Tiger with this technology is that this technology allows you to have unique cards. Well, they're unique digital art that there can only ever be one version of. And why not make that a playing card in a CCG? Way of the Tiger, to be honest, isn't like a choice that is because somehow it's a magnificently successful book series that everyone knows or anything like that. The real choice is that the real reason for using Way of the Tiger, one of the main reasons, is that it's its setting and its world background. So a lot of these CCGs, they have a kind of fantastical lore behind them. They have their gods and their cities. And we have, I'll show you here, we've got Where the Tiger is so well drawn over 7 or 9, well, no, 7, well, there's a prequel, 8 books of role-playing games. Various computer games were made of The Way of the Tiger. And so we have it here, it's a cloth map of the entire world. You won't be able to read it because it's backwards and stuff. But for instance, in this city, where is it? Around about, where is it gone? Down here, I think. And it doesn't really matter too much, but no, it's over here. But there's a city called Mortavalon, Where the Tiger, and that has the Arena of Death. And it's like an enormous Roman sort of Colosseum, but it's managed by the priests of the god Death. Yeah, all of the lore and the stuff is there. So we have like these different schools of ninjutsu, different schools of samurai. We also have different temples of different kinds of magic and also different guilds. And we have all that in place. And that enables us to create a really interesting range of hero character class cards. So we would probably use a CCG system where you would have a deck based around the hero. And that hero could be you. It could be your own name with a picture of you. Or it could be anything you wanted to create it as long as it fitted in. Yeah, we would probably make it a kind of alignment-y thing, but it would be based on membership of a certain type of organization in the Way of the Tiger world, the world of Orb. So if you're a ninja of the Way of the Scorpion, for instance, they're kind of like evil ninjas. You would have access to various kinds of cards. There would, of course, be cards that everyone can play. simple magics, cantrips perhaps. But if you're a member of the Sorcerers Guild in another city, you'll have a whole range of different cards. So it's sort of interesting idea to have, you could be like a Valkyrie barbarian woman fighting against a wizard. Well, yes, that's our initial plan, is we'll probably release about 500, well, the chance for about 500 people to get in early. And if they want to, they could purchase what will eventually become membership, in effect, of the 500 champions, or like the 300 Spartans, or maybe we'll call it, probably, I want to call it the 500 undead servitors of Jamie Thomson, but apparently that's Jamie's superior. But I think it'll probably be the 500 Order of the Eternal Champions, which will be part of the law of the Orb law, the Way of the Tiger law that we use in the whole. So you might pick a character class and then decide on what your bonus will be, and then have yourself drawn as a ninja, or as a mighty wizard, or as a Valkyrie barbarian. It all depends. Well, I have my Indonesian sword. This is actually rather a nasty one. This could slash nephews up quite well. And I have a kukri somewhere. We should have to put them in as items you can earn in the game. I like the fact that behind your head there's an exit way out pointing right at your brain.
Yes, I know. Okay, we'll wrap it up there, Jamie. Thank you so much for joining us today. I think the crucial thing people will get out of this is that blockchain is still very new, and people like yourself want to move to it but don't know how to. I'm sure there are a lot of ninja, samurai, stroke, gamebook fans out there who would love to give your game a shot. And yeah, stay in touch.
Yeah, I know. You fled to Athens, where you're hoping Brexit will cancel any extradition treaty. But I'll still get you in the end, you punk ass.